Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. Now, from Kern Golden Empire Television, 17 News at 5.
At least 40,000 people marched in Atlanta, most from Latin America, but not all. They protested the move by Congress to make illegal entry to the U.S. a felony.
I just believe that all of the illegal immigrants should be given a chance to become legal.
The same message today in West Palm Beach and in Washington.
I don't think that any of us should be.
At least 40,000 people marched in Atlanta, most from Latin America, but not all. They protested the move by Congress to make illegal entry to the U.S. a felony.
I just believe that all of the illegal immigrants should be given a chance to become legal.
The same message today in West Palm Beach and in Washington.
I don't think that any of us should be called criminals or felons or any of that.
Ruben has a job but no green card.
I come this country in 2000 and coming illegal, but we want to make it legal for everybody in this country, you know.
USA! Today's other demand is respect. Latinos spent nearly $700 billion last year, 11+% of the U.S. total. Success, they say, due to hard work. Some of the marches fizzled. This was Lexington, Kentucky. And there was counter-protest in Pennsylvania.
How about some English? Huh?
But the big turnouts in cities like Las Vegas and Phoenix are impressing a key backer of the guest worker plan being debated back in Washington.
We're fixing to have a huge immigration march today. And it's a sign that this is an important issue.
That was the point. Immigrants and their allies demanding that America honor them and respect their dreams. The big question is what Congress will do, and the answer might be nothing until after November's elections, despite this rally and dozens of others like it. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Washington.
As we were explaining a few minutes ago, today marks the 76th birthday of Dolores Huerta. She's the co-founder of the United Farm Workers Union. During the immigration reform rally, thousands of marchers were singing the traditional birthday song in Spanish to Ms. Huerta. She was born April 10, 1930. Dolores Huerta has dedicated her life to being an advocate for immigrant workers' rights. She left teaching and helped co-found the UFW with Cesar Chavez back in 1962. She's also received numerous awards for her human rights work.
In other news, a Missouri company has dropped, at least for now,
fishing nets over the years. Only 1 out of every 1,000 baby turtles survives until adulthood. Thanks to these volunteers, that number could improve. 17 News at 6 begins right now.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. Now, from Kern Golden Empire Television, 17 News at 6.
Chanting for change, thousands of people hitting the pavement to march in protest of immigration reform. Very pleasant good evening. Thanks for watching the News at 6. Alexi and Jim have the night off tonight. Today's immigration protests topping our newscast.
They marched by the thousands, hoping to get your attention and that of lawmakers at the nation's capital. Bakersfield police say 7,000 to 10,000 people showed up for today's march called the National Day of Action on Immigration Rights. 17's Tisha Lewis was there and joins us live from Central Bakersfield with more. Tisha.
Maya Galen, the march may be over, but demonstrators say the message is clear. They're saying no to any law that would make undocumented immigrants criminals and yes to fair, what they call fair immigration laws. Immigration reform may be at a standstill at the nation's capital, but here at home, protesters moved ahead by the thousands.
We are all here in this country. It's a free country, and everybody should be able to be here and send a message to the administration that we want changes in immigration.
The march started at Jostro Park, moving to the streets of downtown, halting traffic and causing many to take notice.
I'm here to support the Senate bill and to oppose the House of Representatives bill because it should have fair treatment of all the immigrants.
Some even traveled from abroad to be a part of what many are calling an historic day for Latinos across the country.
I'm here for the march because I believe in this issue, that we should have a fair and humane immigration policy.
From old to young, some Mexican natives, others born in the U.S., many at today's march shared one message. Marchers are chanting, "Si se puede," yes, we can. They say a community united will never be defeated. At the center of the immigration debate, the failed House bill that pushed to label all illegal immigrants and those helping them criminals.
I work with immigrants. I teach them English. They're not criminals. They deserve a break.
Thousands here at home and millions across the country marched peacefully today. Protests aimed at putting pressure on politicians.
We want them to work hard to come to an amicable agreement. Amnesty for the people that are already here because they have children that are already born here, to extend, make it bigger for the quotas coming in so that we won't have this problem.
The march was organized by the Kern Coalition for Immigrant Rights, which includes various groups, including Heritage of America Cultural and Educational Foundation and the Dolores Huerta Foundation. We're live in Central Bakersfield. Tisha Lewis, 17 News.
And before the march and after the march, protesters rallied together over at Jastrow Park to unite as one front against immigration reform being debated in Congress. 17's Katie Harlan was at the rallies, joining us live again from Jastrow Park with more on what took place.
Galen, several took the stage as thousands waved flags and banners this afternoon, all in the name of equal rights. And many say this is just the beginning. Protesters chanted "Si se puede," meaning you can do it in Spanish. Workers, students, and young parents pushing strollers made their way to the park as part of a national day of action. Local leaders spoke mostly in Spanish and urged people to continue the fight for equality.
We are particularly appalled and outraged at the latest callous attempt by the Republican-led U.S. House of Representatives to harshly criminalize 12 million of those among us.
We're going to be heard.
People came from all over Kern County. We talked to some who came on a bus from Lamont. They say they just wanted to make a difference. Though most of the crowds were Latino, others did attend. Many say they want the entire community to support their right for equality. Now, I did talk to rally organizers today. They say they were extremely pleased with the rally and with the crowd. We're reporting live out here in Jastrow Park. Katie Harlan, 17 News.
All right, thank you, Katie. The massive crowd that marched through downtown Bakersfield today proudly waved flags. And though organizers strongly encouraged protesters to bring American flags, they still brought other flags. 17 Sandra Gonzalez joins us live from Jastrow Park with more on why so many flags waved in the wind for this rally and march.
Maya, nothing can draw emotions like a flag, and it was a very emotional day at this rally and march for those who brought flags. Now, some of them brought both the Mexican and American flag, but none of the people we met today brought a flag from another nation to show disrespect to the USA.
Para que miren que estamos apoyando a todos los que no tienen papeles y quiero que los apoyen para que les den su amnistía porque no son
This woman says it's to show support for the people who are undocumented, and I want to show support for granting amnesty, that we're not bad people. We are people who come to work. She was one of many who brought the Mexican flag. Now, while she wore the red, white, and green like a skirt, others wore the flag as a poncho and draped it around their bodies. Among the flags of the nation's people also waved a red and black flag, the banner for the United Farm Workers Union. That flag was carried by different generations. Jackie Fuentes says her parents were immigrants from Ensenada, Mexico.
They came here to work and better themselves, and they finally were able to get be able to get legalized here.
But many people carried the stars and stripes at this event because they say that is their flag of choice, even if they immigrated here from another country. Now, whatever flag they wave, they say they did it for pride and roots. Live at Jastrow Park, Sandra Gonzalez, 17 News.